fishing together. So every time I go out to go fish, who do I think of? My grandfather. Just like my other grandfather, I remember certain things about him. You know, just like how you remember things of the ones that you have lost. When we think of saints, there comes to mind a picture of a person in an ancient costume with a halo around their head shown on a stained glass window. But that's not exactly correct. The Bible teaches that all who trust in Jesus and try to do his work on earth are saints. So guess what? You could be a saint. I could be a saint. Your teachers could be saints. And yeah, depends on the teacher, I guess. It depends on the teacher. But anybody who tries to do God's work on earth is considered a saint. Saintliness means conveying the love of God to people. A saint is one who displays goodness and tries to live according to Jesus' commandments. The saint is kind, forgiving, charitable, and always living for others. Always doing for others. So let's think about this. What have you done for somebody this week? Just out of the kindness of your heart. Yes. Yes. You know, you can, it's kind of hard to include that in your job. What?
My job today, someone was looking for app that was like kind of aimed her in the right direction. I didn't know what it happened.
Yeah.
So I called someone much older and watching me.
Okay.
To show her. She's like, oh, thank you. Like,
Okay.
it's like,
That's it. Okay. All right. So let's look at it this way. On Monday, I was driving home and I saw an older lady on the side of the road. She had a flat tire. And I could tell she was trying to call someone. I mean, she was probably 65, 70, somewhere around there. I was in a rush trying to get home because I was tired. I needed to cook dinner for my family and all that stuff. So I drove past, and I started thinking, man, what would it have been if that was my grandma, and someone just drove past? So I was able to find a place to turn around, and I went back, and I pulled up behind her, put my flashers on, and I waved at her in the mirror so she didn't think I was scary. Because, you know, for some people, a tattooed guy with piercings and stuff may be a little scary.
Yeah.
I said, man, you got a flat tire. Do you have a spare eye? I said, I don't mind changing it for you. And she said, oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She said, I don't even live here. She lives 2 hours away from here. And she didn't know who to call or anything else along the lines. And apparently she'd been there for over an hour. And nobody else had stopped. So I look in her trunk, and she didn't have a jack to lift up her car. And I said, okay, it's fine, it's good. I keep a hydraulic jack in my car. So I went and got a hydraulic jack. I was able to change her tire, and I warned her. I said, this is, I don't know where you're going, but don't go over 45 in the little donut tire. And she said, okay, thank you. So you know what she does? Say what?
goes 50.
No. She reaches in her pocketbook. She tries to put $100 bill in my hand.
Oh my God.
And I said, ma'am, keep your money. Thank you for that. But I said, I didn't mind. I said, I just pictured her as one of my grandmothers, and I would want someone to stop and help her. She said, are you sure? Are you sure? I said, ma'am, seriously, it was fine. The whole entire thing took about 15 minutes. Stopping and giving your time to someone who you don't expect anything back from.
This is giving me the Good Samaritan Christian vibes, like the, you know.
It's kind of. I'm trying to really install what a saint truly can be.
You're giving me back flashing. Laying on the side of the highway 8, 9 hours, and everyone, all our friends were like, help us, and they're like, yeah, hi, hi. And I'm like, no, it's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, we need help.
Thank God our good friends stopped and helped us, but we were all picking up at the next exit.
See?
And then Tyler fell off, and I was like, you know what? I'm making camp right here on the side of the highway. We're gonna be okay. But then my uncle and dad came to put horses in other trailers, and just left the trailer because if someone can fix that trailer, it's theirs.
So, saintliness means conveying the love of God to people. Saints include the extraordinary and the ordinary, the common and the uncommon, the unnamed cloud of witnesses, the living as well as the dead. In fact, one need not to die to become a saint. So we've all heard of saints, like especially in Episcopal and Catholic churches. You got Saint Christopher, you got Saint Mary, you got Saint Francis, Saint what? St. Patrick is one, St. Valentine's. You got all kinds of different saints. But I'm saying we don't have to be extraordinary to be a saint. You've got to be you. You. Because sometimes, Mason, you are the one that people are looking for. You, and only you can help them. Or Adler. It could be you. You see, there's all kinds of different things. I can do a lot of things. But sometimes they're looking for a specific person. Saints are agents of great change, making good things happen instead of bad. Now, there is a girl who's making some news lately. She's made a bunch of news about climate change. Her name is Greta Thunberg. Yeah, you've heard about her. She is basically an advocate for peace and climate change. She was recently arrested in Israel protesting the blockage of food and health supplies to people in Gaza. And they arrested, the Israeli Navy arrested 4 different ships full of people ready to help. Israel did not want anybody to help Gaza. They wanted to destroy it. So Greta put her life on the line. She recently got back to, I think they flew her out of Israel and all happened to Spain. But she's willing to put her life on the line for something that she believes in. To help be an agent of change. Now, is Greta Thunberg perfect? No. There is not a single person on this earth that is perfect. But she was willing to put her life on the line to make sure people were going to be taken care of. Recently, a Methodist pastor was shot in the head with a pepper ball gun. A pepper ball gun. It's like a paintball gun, except the paintballs are filled with pepper spray.
Oh, makes 10 times worse than.
Trust me. I was a deputy for a year, and in order to carry pepper spray and a taser, I had to get pepper sprayed and then tackle someone and put them in handcuffs, and then I had to get tased in order to carry a taser. So, I would rather be tased 100 times than get pepper sprayed. Pepper spray, after you're done getting pepper sprayed, they tell you to open your eyes and they pour Dawn dish detergent in your eyes.
Oh my God.
Because it relieves the stuff. And it didn't really do a good job. So for about 3 days, my face was swollen until the pepper spray was able to.
Trying to get like chemical cleansing in your eye and take
Yeah, well, the taser,
I got tasered. I did it myself because I was testing it out.
Oh my God, that's an idiot move.
And then I was working with dogs, and I was trying to clean the clean supplies from dump and went on my eyes.
oh, yeah,
I was going to go on cruise the next day.
yeah, that's not fun.
Cleaning supplies.
So, this pastor was protesting ICE, who was coming in trying to steal kids, maybe illegal kids, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. He was protesting it. And he wasn't doing anything violent or anything else. He was just holding up a sign, hollering at people, telling them what they're doing is a sin. And one guy takes a paintball down and goes, pop, pop, and popped him twice in the forehead. You see? Huh? Oh, he's still alive. I mean, it was just a paintball gun. So, I mean, so when the paintball hits you, it explodes. But it doesn't cause any, like, it hurts to be shot by one, but it's not fatal.
They go at 200 miles per hour.
He didn't die.
No, but how old was he?
Oh, he's probably around in his 30s.
He young.
But
Young.
you see, he was willing to stand up for what Jesus was telling us to do, which is to love our neighbor. In a lot of ways, people who are fighting to bring peace to this world are considered enemies. But they're not enemies. Saints are agents of change, making good things happen instead of bad. Regardless whether we take part or not, we must realize that change will take place. Tomorrow always brings new challenges and problems and opportunities, so we will have to fight for change, ignore it, or be a part of the improvement and solution. So here's a question. Will we be saints? Who are your saints? Possibly your mother, teachers,
Coach
boss, co-workers,
Coach Reed is the same.
a child or a neighbor? Who would you remember living and dead in your life on All Saints Day? Who are the folks living or dead who you think and you look to as examples in your daily life? So let's take a second. Let's take a second. And just think for just a minute about people, whether they're living or dead, who made an impact on your life. I think of my grandparents. I think of a couple of teachers. I think of some of my friends. People who try to do the best that they can. I think of a former pastor, well, not a former pastor, still a pastor, but one of my former pastors. You see, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God working with, among, and in us, enables the saint in us to recognize, face, and survive difficulties. Saints are able to look life in the face without flinching. You see, we need saints in today's world. Saints who will go into the world showing good news of Jesus Christ every day. To be a saint is to listen to someone's troubles, to share what you have, to speak kindly to people who are mourning, to forgive the unforgivable. Someone who gives others the good news of the